Boom, coming in hot on a Monday, Chinch. How we doing, brother?
Coming in hot, dude. You know, you got a great hat collection. Not even just our hats. That's a good hat. What is that?
It's a good hat, right? This is one of my new hats. My buddy, who I think is the best agent in the world, Joe Brennan, great guy, and my man Billy Jones. They have a agency called The Truth,
Ooh.
and this is their hat. Yeah, so.
I like that. Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
is Paul Pierce involved?
No. Paul Pierce. I don't know if he's involved or not. The Truth.
What was I going to say? Hey, when last we left the mayor's office, Sean was grinding a little. You were a little nervous about officiating a wedding, and it turns out you didn't have to worry about yourself. You had to worry about Mother Nature.
Dude, it turned out to be incredible. I was a little nervous. First time I ever officiated a wedding, and we get out to the beach. It was a beautiful beach wedding. You know, Rachel and Kevin, my friends, you know, looked great. They had great family. There was 90 people there, but the wind was blowing like in from the ocean, dude. So I'm up there on the mic. I'm the only one on the mic, right? And the DJ's like, "Hey man, you got to eat the microphone." He's like, "You got to get in there like this. It's the only way you're gonna sound good." Seriously. So I'm like, "What?" So, because it was so windy. So, Chinch, I sent you the picture. I look like Ace Ventura,
Dude.
Pet Detective, dude, for like the whole ceremony. The wind, because I put my hair back, you know, the wind is gusting my hair forward, and it literally is like this.
Amazing picture. I'm going to put it on our YouTube page, what you just said. It's so funny, dude.
So
you look like you were locked in, though. You were still laser focused on getting it done.
I was locked in, and it was a great ceremony, man. There were so many good people. And like I said, Rachel and Kevin are, you know, they're like two of the greatest people out there, and they tied the knot this weekend. So it was fun, man. Now we were out there, and we were out in Spring Lake, New Jersey, man. It was beautiful out there. You ever been out to Spring Lake?
Probably by mistake here or there every once in a while.
You don't remember though, do you?
Turn? No, probably not. No. Hey, speaking of great people, one of my great friends growing up, Janine, I got this. It just totally lifted my spirits yesterday. I got this message on from Instagram, and she sent me this picture of my new best friend. See this dude right there giving a peace sign?
Yeah.
That is Eddie Hyde. That's her son.
What's up, Eddie?
What's up, Eddie? They were on their way to, I think she said it was like a 2-hour drive, and all he wanted to listen to before his game was the mayor's office. So, Eddie, we want to give you a shout out, man. Thanks for being part of the team.
Eddie, thank you, bro. We need the young fans too. We need to, you know, if we're going to propel this anywhere, Chance, we need.
That's very true.
Need the young fans. I was saying really quick too. It's funny that you got that too. Our buddy Brian Panuzzo, who we had on. If you haven't checked that episode on, go check it out. One of the best life coaches out there, but just a great dude. His son Hudson's a stud athlete, lefty. Where they were down watching the Dodgers Yankees play, and he's like, "Hey, you want to listen to a podcast?" He's like, "Yeah, let's listen to the mayor's office." So nice. We're getting the young generation, bro.
There we go.
Eddie and Hudson tag teaming.
Matches our maturity level. That's good. We're good. Hey, so a couple of excuse me. A couple of divisions we wanted to get into today. Let's start in your Yinzertown. The Buccos, man, we get to talk about them again. They seem like they've righted. It got a little nerve-wracking after their super hot start, and they kind of scuffled, but you like what you're seeing so far.
Well, I kind of wondered who they are, you know what I mean? And you know, we were talking about the other day on Friday, I think, about this, what the sample size. What's the sample size? When do you start to know that you're a good team? You know, you get into June for the Pirates, you know, and they're 31-27, just swept the Cardinals, have won 5 in a row. You know, they're still getting production. You know, Marcano has been great at short. Reynolds is still hitting. Sawinski's having a nice year with some home runs. Santana's the leader. Cabrian Hayes has been pretty good. They just have some good pieces, man. Castro, Hedges behind the dish. The rotation's been pretty good. Keller's a number one. Rich Hill, went out yesterday and had a great start. He, what was his start? Yes, Rich Hill, 6 2/3. He's like 49 years old. 4 hits, 6 punch outs, dude. So like they're getting it done. And Bednar, dude, is one of the best. We knew it from the WBC and we knew it last year, but Bednar is one of the best closers in the game, dude. Mm-hmm. Another inning last night, got his 13th save with a 1.13 ERA. So they have the pieces. And that division, dude, the NL Central is not that good. So, I mean, the Buccos, you got to give them a lot of credit. Derek Shelton and that crew, what they're doing, 31-27.
Is there something, this is kind of an on-the-spot question, is there something you think they need? Do you think they, first of all, get aggressive, first of all. You redid, everybody's re-signed in your front office. So these guys have their game plan, which is great. You know, they did that in the offseason. So do you take a swing at this division if you're within 3 or 4 games at the break? Because it's tough in a place like Pittsburgh, right? You know better than anybody.
Yeah, I think you have to, right? I think you have to. The one thing that's tough about a team like Pittsburgh, you really rely on your prospects coming up. So if you're going to make a deal, you better make sure. I mean, look at look at what they did a few years ago. It cost the GM his job back then when they traded Glasnow, Austin Meadows, and Shane Baz for Archer, for Chris Archer.
That was a killer move.
It killed that farm system for years to come. I mean, you literally gave away 2 frontline starters and an all-star outfielder for basically, and they got nothing back in Archer, basically. So you got to be careful if you're the Pirates. But I do think, Chinch, if the right deal's there at the right time, come July probably, man, you got to go out. If it's that one starter you need or whatever, you got to go get it.
Yeah. Hey, let's stick in the NL. The East is very funny looking because if I told you before the season, at this point in the season, it would go Braves, Marlins, Mets, Phillies, Nats.
Yeah.
You'd say, okay, maybe I knew the Nats and the Braves are going to be there, but Mets and Phils, man, it's dicey right now. Phillies are 8 games out, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's incredible. The Phillies are 8 back, 27-32, 5 games under 500. I did not see that coming, especially with Harper being back. That rotation really just hasn't been that great. They haven't done a lot of things right. Turner hasn't gotten going. Schwarber hasn't gotten going yet. Not to say they won't, but they probably will at some point. But they gotta. They got to make a move at some point. The Mets being 30-30 is surprising to me.
It's tough, especially with Buck, right?
They're so much better than that. I really believe that. So I do believe they'll make a run too. The Marlins, let's give them some props really quick. 32-28. I mean, they got great pitching, man. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if this is any proof that starting pitching wins you ball games, and don't sleep on Luis Arraez, who came over there from the Twins in the offseason. We saw him hit for the cycle earlier. This guy can flat out rake. And he had a 5-hit game the other day. Yep. I mean, adding, they were really missing that bat, a good hitting bat in that lineup. They always had the pitching. So, with him being in there, dude, they're 32-28. So give us some props to the Marlins and Skip Schumacher, what they're doing down there in Florida.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at it. Arraez is hitting 392.
Is he really?
Yes.
Dude, I didn't know it was that good.
He's got 80 hits in 227 plate appearances.
Dude, this guy rakes. Wow, dude, I didn't know it was that good. I did not know it was that good.
He's leading the league in hits, batting average, on base percentage. He's at 445. How about this other number? Ready for this? You like this number? Good. 11 strikeouts in 227 plays.
Put the ball in play, kids. Put the ball in play, and you have a shot at getting some hits.
Yes.
You know what, dude? What I love about his numbers, as I'm looking at him right now, what I love about his numbers is that, everyone's like, well, you got to hit home runs because OPS is the number that matters. No. Doubles matter too. He's got 14. He only has 1 home run. He's got a 930 OPS, which is elite. You're over 9, you're one of the best players in the game.
Yeah.
Top elite players. If you're over 8, you're one of the best players in the game. But you're over 9, now you're talking about your top 20 players. Arraez is a 930 OPS, 14 doubles, puts the ball in play, 11 punch-outs, and is 8 more walks than punch-outs, 19 walks.
Good point.
Listen, man, that's what I'm saying. Hit the ball in the gap. Doubles are power. Doubles are power for your OPS. And the 390-something, that's legit.
Dude, what were you at the break that one year?
371 at the break the 1 year.
What did that feel like?
It was incredible, dude. Well, people were talking to me in June about hitting 400 because I was hitting 390 in June. It was incredible, dude. It was like, you almost feel like, I remember Aaron Boone one time comes in, he's like, is this real? He's like, he said, we were in Kansas City. I had 2 home runs. I was like 4 for 5. He's like, no, it's 5 for 5. He's like, is this real? He's like, what's going on here? Is it this easy? He goes, is it this easy? Wow. And I'm like, dude, I'm just riding the wave as long as I can. Yeah. I'm just going to keep one pitch at a time. And I think, dude, that's the one thing I think is just so key. And we've talked about it on here. At the end of the day, if you want to be elite at this level, you cannot give a pitch away. And I think there's too many guys in the game nowadays that give pitches away. If you're hitting 230, 220, 210, it doesn't show me that you're a bad hitter. It shows me, dude, mentally, you take pitches off. Mentally, you take games off. That's all that shows me, dude. These guys should not be hitting 210 and 220 in the big leagues. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Back, like, not to go back in the day, but at the bottom line is back in, only a few years ago, You didn't see guys in the big leagues hitting 220, 230, 220 and below. You didn't see it. Now you're seeing 178, 190, 200, and I think the, just approach and things mentally, these guys, I don't know. Just aren't as locked in as it should be.
I agree. By the way, that year when you were on fire, was that the year you were kicking like rookies out of your spot in the shower and you had to shower in the same spot and you had to do all the weird, crazy?
Yeah, 2004. I had the really long hair with the butt part, and it was like, I look at pictures now back there, I'm like, that's such a bad hair. So Bear was like, dude, what's up with your hair? I was like, listen, doesn't matter what's up with my hair. I'm getting 4 hits a night. Okay, this hair is going to grow. I'm going to look like freaking Iggy Pop here soon.
That's good.
I'll look like ZZ Top's beard in a second here, okay?
Wait, by the way, one of my friends from college has messaged me on some Facebook or something, told me I look like James Hetfield today.
All right, dude.
Is it
James
'cause I'm growing a
Hetfield.
goat?
Dude, I see the James Hetfield in you a little bit with the goatee going at the bottom.
I don't know.
You got the pipes, though, dude? You got the pipes like Hetfield?
Pipes, though.
You got-
Anyway, back to speaking of good hair. There's a family out there who you could throw a baseball pretty good, who both father and son have fantastic hair, and that's Al Leiter.
Incredible
and
hair.
His son Jack, maybe even better hair. We've talked about the Leiter ass before on the show, which they both have.
Best in the big leagues.
It is. But dude, over the weekend, oh my God, I was in tears. I just saw this. Leiter gets inducted. Mets are doing a lot of good things as far as like the way they're doing PR and stuff. Jay Horowitz, actually, speaking of which, gets inducted into Mets Hall of Fame.
Jay's the best. Jay was the best.
The best. A number of other guys there. But Leiter gets inducted, and a real cool thing about this dude, they didn't think Jack was going to make it because obviously he's got a career in playing. Yeah. All of a sudden he shows up as the guys are about to go throw out the first pitch, of the game that they were getting honored at, and here comes Jack, dude. Can you imagine that feeling? I bet you're gonna cry right now, aren't you?
I'd be a puddle. I wouldn't be able to throw the ball. If like Jake or Andrew came out to catch my first pitch, I wouldn't be able to throw the ball. Dude, first off, what's the date? Is it 2023?
It is.
How the hell is Al Leiter just getting in the Mets Hall of Fame in 2023? I mean, you got to be kidding me.
I like that.
And I'm glad they did it, and I'm glad I'm glad the Mets are doing the right things, and Horowitz is great too, and they got in Cohen, and they got a lot of guys, a few guys in there, Rose in there, and good guys. But Al Leiter to me is a Met icon, dude. That guy, when you think of the Mets, you think of Al Leiter. He's one of the guys that you think of, when your Piazzas, your those years, And they were talking about one of the things that like hit my heart was they said his one of his biggest games ever was the '99 play-in game against the Reds. I'm like, oh, it still hurts facing Leiter. Dude, he had one of the best cutters, dude. He was such a competitor. He was a guy you didn't want to face Al Leiter, dude. When you looked at the three guys you were facing, whether you're in New York or whether you were in Cincinnati or whatever, you didn't want to see Leiter as one of the guys because he was such a competitor and so tough. So happy for Al getting the Mets Hall of Fame, one of the best to ever do it, one of the best lefties the game has ever seen. Yeah. And to have Jack come in and catch the first pitch is just incredible, man. Yeah. I just think it's really, really awesome.
Yeah. The other thing is going back to that team specifically that went to the World Series. Very unique, I think, in that really the unofficial or official the biggest leaders on that team with Piazza and those guys on there. It was Ventura,
RV.
It was Leiter, and it was John Franco. And you don't often see pitchers kind of be able to translate to the guys that swing the bats, but those guys they just knew how to do the media. They knew how to keep people calm. Don't forget Bobby Valentine was your manager back then, who's one of the craziest dudes. I love Bobby Valentine, but that was such a wacky time. Plus, they were dealing with the crosstown guys who were like the kings of the world at the time. Yeah. If who was it? Andy Chavez does not get thrown out at home plate in that one game early on. The Mets were in literally every single one of those games. They could have beaten the Yankees, and that would have been crazy in New York.
And is that when Luis Castillo dropped the ball?
Was that same year?
I think that was the Subway Series, weren't they? Because they were going to.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible.
Remember for Mets fans. Maybe I'm wrong, but they were gonna clinch a game.
Something. I don't remember. I gotta look that up.
I'm obviously not a Mets historian, but that's what I think.
That was a regular season game, though. That wasn't in the World Series.
When he dropped the ball, no, it wasn't, dude.
All right, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
I think it was in the World. It was in the World Series when there was like the last out of the game or something. Luis Castillo dropped the ball.
Hold on.
And
2009.
and the Yankees end up winning. It was like game 3.
No, it was August 22nd, 2018.
Oh, frick, I have no idea what I'm
Do you
talking
know
about.
why
No, that's
you're
not
thinking
true. No, it's what? No, Luis Castillo was not playing 2018.
Hold on.
Now we got to figure this out, dude.
2009. I mean, 2009. 2009.
Oh, okay, 2009 World Series against the Yankees, though, right? No.
No, it wasn't in the World Series. Do you know why you think it was so big? Because both teams were good, and it was a Sunday night baseball game. Mets fans just scream at us, and we'll correct ourselves tomorrow.
I mean, we are dropping the ball so bad in this, but I know Luis Castillo at one point dropped the ball in the big leagues. I remember.
I know it was A-Rod was up. I'm looking at Melky Cabrera and A-Rod and Johnny Damon celebrating 7. Yeah, yep. I'm looking at. It was a big game for them, but it wasn't. Look, that's what you think, man. Sometimes all-time Mets moments are always bad ones.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
Anyway, moving right along. What do you got going on today? We got. How's your program going, man? We haven't.
It's going great, dude. It's going great, man. It's really going great. We're coming up on week 5. And it's really been going great, dude. We have 18 people. It's been, I've had some people say it's been a life-changing program for them already. So I'm grateful to do it, dude. Sunday nights. And, we love it, man. We love it. Breakthrough Pro 2, Breakthrough Pro 3 will be down the road.
Nice.
Some point. So yeah, it's going good, man. It's going really good.
I love it. Do you like dress any differently when you do these things? Or you put like a.
Nah, I come in pretty much like this.
Looking jacked, saving people from the side of the road. I've been thinking all weekend what kind of trouble that girl was in that you found, where she was like, "Don't call the cops."
I did. Something was right. She's like, "Don't call my parents. Don't call the cops." I'm like, "Okay, something's not right here. This doesn't add up. This doesn't add up."
Nice. All right, man. So we got a long week ahead of us. Big.
Yeah. What do you got going on today, Chich? You got Bill Belichick coming on the show.
Yeah, that's the cross and the fingers making sure this happens today.
Right.
You might be seeing an exclusive interview with Bill Belichick on a 33rd team.
33rd team. That'd be great, dude. That'd be great, man.
He is the white whale, man. The big one.
That's awesome.
He don't talk to many people, but we've got some. We got some.
Well, you got some heavy hitters that basically listen. Don't big league. You can't big league a big leaguer. You got a lot of big leaguers there.
Big leaguers.
Whenever, yeah. Dude, I remember that's one. Adrian Gonzalez one time denied me an interview with the network, and then he came back and Big Poppy was showing me around, and Adrian Gonzalez said, "Hey, listen, when are we gonna do that interview?" I go, "Nah." I go, "Your half-hearted yeses and no. You can't big league a big leaguer, dude. You'll learn that when you're done playing, when it doesn't really matter anymore."
Yes, that's so good. That's so good. That was an Aegon thing, huh?
Oh my God.
There were a couple stories about him with that stuff.
Yeah, I
digress.
Yeah, I digress.
Anyway, all right, man. Have an awesome day.
Dude. Have a great rest of the day, Chinch, and everyone out there. Have a great Monday, rest of the day. Let's go get it. I'll see you tomorrow.